Now, here's one of the most interesting pieces of research from Black Hat and DEF CON this year. So, security researcher James Kettle tried to answer a pretty big question. Can AI discover genuinely new ways to hack systems rather than just reproducing attacks humans already know about? So, to understand what he did, we need to talk about HTTP. HTTP is basically the language your browser uses to communicate with websites. When you open a page, your browser sends an HTTP request saying something like, "Give me pictures of cats," and the server sends an HTTP response back. But modern websites often have several servers sitting between you and the actual application, and every server has to parse that HTTP message. Parsing just means taking raw text or bytes and deciding what each bit means, like understanding it. So the problem is sometimes two servers interpret the same request differently. One server might think a request ends here, another thinks it ends 10 bytes later. That disagreement can create an HTTP desynchronization vulnerability, where part of an attacker's request gets interpreted as somebody else's request. And in serious cases, this can let attackers hijack sessions, poison responses, or steal credentials. So, Kettle built an AI research system called the HTTP Terminator. He fed it 138 HTTP and email protocol specifications. It broke those into roughly 15,000 pieces of inspiration and generated around 30,000 potential raw desync techniques, which were then tested against 30,000 websites. And eventually, the system found roughly 700 vulnerable targets. One target alone affected more than 200 sites, including an American bank. But here's a very interesting part. The AI noticed that some servers appeared to use the same parser for incoming requests and outgoing responses. That means behavior developers intended only for responses could accidentally be triggered through requests. Kettle calls this shared-Parser confusion, and he considers it one of the most important discoveries from the project. But it wasn't completely autonomous. The AI spotted the pattern. Kettle understood why it mattered. So perhaps the immediate future isn't AI replacing security researchers, it's one researcher suddenly being able to run thousands of experiments simultaneously. If you found this interesting in any way, please follow me.